Okay, even though I did the last pour on this yesterday afternoon to sort of bring it up to the, the full volume, it's still tacky. And I was just fooling around with it last night and I tipped it and it started to spill out. So then I had to use like a box cutter blade to clean up the edges. But I'm not going to do anything else with it right now. I'm just going to let it sit for another day because it's still tacky when you touch it. But it's taking longer to cure than I was expecting. But I think it's because it's this well, it's more of an epoxy. It calls it acrylic, but I think it's really... See, the thing of it is, it's got these two parts. Yeah, see, it says epoxy resin. And epoxy and clear polyester are different types of molding plastics. So I haven't started using this one yet because I know it's extremely stinky. I mean, if you even just try to open that cap a little bit, it's like the fumes are just crazy. And then it has, you add the hardener by drops. So it's, mostly the polyester casting resin, and then you add the drops to it to activate it so that it'll harden. And I know that one hardens a lot faster. But I had a 50% off coupon for Michael's yesterday. It was like only good for one day. So I got this, which ends up that it's the same size as the other one, but with the 50% off coupon, it was actually cheaper. I got, the water kit on Amazon. And so these two bottles here cost me $7. And you can see I didn't even use the whole amount. You see that's 4 ounces, so it's 8 ounces. And so that didn't even fill that up. So last night I was fooling around with making these little pyramids, and they're hardened enough down in there right now so that I can move it around and it's okay. So I was having fun wrapping these crystals, and so then I made this little one that I didn't wrap the crystal because it was too tiny, but when I started pouring the resin in, it stood on its own fairly well, and then I sort of just gently kind of with a spoon put in steel, like powdered steel. And so then of course I'm really into sparkles, so I added some sparkle stuff to it. But then I added a little bit of sand on top of that with my little trusty spoon here. And then I very gently, added those little sparkly crystal playful things in there. So I'm fooling around today with doing these double spirals, and I kind of forgot how I made that first one, so I had to review the video again. But they're very, very easy to make, and they're clockwise and counterclockwise. So you have to think about, if they're clockwise going up, and then it's you want the energy to go up. So it will be counterclockwise when you put it in, but then when you turn it over, it's clockwise. So you can see how the spiral goes around more in the clockwise direction there. And, you know, this is sort of like my failed attempt last night when I was just kind of trying to figure out, you know, clockwise and counterclockwise. And so I can always just cut this wire up and make it like little, you know, bits and pieces of it, and then, you know, add it in there. So, geez, I wish I could remember the, I ordered this special crystal from from Russia. What is that called? There's only one place in the world where you can get it, and so it's supposed to come today. I found it on Amazon, and I found it as a ground up powder, and it let me see, I'll put a link to it, you know, when I for some reason I'm just pulling a blank on what it is, because I can't remember the names of all these different rocks and crystals and everything. But in one video that I was watching, the person who was making these pyramids on his website, somebody had asked him if he ever added this one particular crystal stone into any of his pyramids. And so then, you know, he had done some research on it and found out that it has amazing qualities of counteracting EMFs. And, you know, people had these testimonials about, you know, how it helped them with their, like, emotions and, you know, calming them down and stuff like that. So it's kind of rare, and it can be very expensive, but I found out that, you know, the ground up powder form was like the cheapest, and that would work out the best for me for what I'm doing, instead of buying like the little chips of the crystals, or I mean, it's like a black rock, and it's well, the link that I'm going to put, it sort of shows like how they mine it and you know, get it out of this mountain. So I thought I would just do this little update on where we are with this waiting to unmold. I mean, it's like you have to have super patience, because you can't take it out before it's ready. And I can see that one crystal in the corner there where my hand is. It looks like it's coming out just a tiny bit. But I'm not going to add any more resin to this one, even though that particular crystal isn't completely submerged. So I can't wait to see what this thing looks like. And it's got some weight to it. I mean, it's really, it's got, you know, so much stuff in it that it's just going to be, I think, a very powerful pyramid. It's really hot today. It's going to get up to like 92 or something, so I'm spending the day inside. And we're going to have a special dinner for the downstairs for Mother's Day, which is, you know, tomorrow. But, you know, since I don't have a mother anymore, I never notice when these things are happening. So, oh, and then I found this piece of malachite that my dad had given me when I had my heart surgery, and you know, he got it at this place called the Crystal Connection in town, and got this cute little box to put it in. So it's nice I'm, you know, getting some of these things back again. So anyway, we'll talk to you later.